All right, guys, let's close with one last question. Right now it's uncertain when we'll be able to travel again, and a lot of our Skill Corps alumni are kind of itching to get back in the field and see our partners travel again. And also we have new Skill Corps members who were supposed to travel this year for the first time who might be feeling disappointed because their trip was postponed. So, what advice would you give them to continue advocacy work from where they are? Rusty, do you want to start this one?
To continue advocacy work, they could set up a fundraiser to help donate to save the autism centers, because we want them to stay in the Global Autism Project and all of its international partner sites to stay in existence for very long time periods, even later on into the future. Partner Relief Fund, it's like to help our partner sites in like Africa and all the places that are affected where there aren't really many remote services, and it's going to help people around the world. Could perhaps help people provide remote services in places where they can provide easily, or to provide remote services in countries throughout the world where they can't provide remote services that easily. Mm-hmm. I know everybody here at the Global Autism Project wants to find purposeful things to contribute to society and help other people.
Yeah, right. And just to add, that money will go directly to the partners and help pay for some materials, or even in some cases rent, to keep them afloat during these difficult times.
Well, it can also help people pay for the rent, not necessarily for the centers, but to have roofs over their head at their houses, and also for their groceries and their
eventually,
support,
right?
Because things like that.
Because if the money is going to help pay for therapy and pay the therapists out, then they're using that for their own livelihood. Yeah.
And it can help people with their livelihoods, and help everybody help all the businesses and industries get back up and running again, and help us develop a good sense of normalcy and figuring out what the new cultural etiquettes could be, and things, among other things.
Mm-hmm. I'll post a link to that Partner Relief Fund in case any of our listeners want to donate as well. Cassie, what advice would you give them to continue advocacy work from where they are?
Yeah, I have gone through my own transition of feeling slightly disconnected from the community that I've been so deeply in for 6 years now. And some of the things that are helping is listening to this podcast, actually, getting to hear from our partners and learn a little bit more about just what's happening around the world for everyone. I've gotten a few different ideas and felt inspired by a number of the people you've interviewed, Rachel. There was a podcast episode with Crystal and Brandy, and they were talking about action you could take to help diversify the field of ABA. And I got so many ideas, wrote it all down, texted Brandy. So I think my advice is kind of to stay engaged and to read the stuff that we are sharing, read the stuff that others are sharing, connect with organizations you care about, in addition to the Global Autism Project. If you want to stay involved and get involved with helping our partners, like Rusty said, the first step is getting involved with the Partner Relief Fund, because they are completely dependent on that right now. We're giving 100% of the money raised for that to our partners to pay rent, pay their Wi-Fi, pay for laptops so that they can provide at-home services for the kids that can't come into the center. So that's kind of one step. And I think those of you that haven't traveled with Skill Corps yet may not fully grasp this, but maybe you're starting to get it. We are a community of dreamers and visionaries and action takers. And I think step into whatever role you feel like you could play here, and come up with a big idea and dream big and pitch your vision to any of us. Put it in the comments on this podcast, go on Instagram, go on Facebook, message us, email us. I think that's something that we never ignore around here. People bring wild ideas to the table and we say, that sounds awesome. And I think we run with a lot of different things. So I think consume as much as you can with things like this podcast, and and just kind of sit with what is it that you're passionate about right now? What do you think you could do that would kind of refuel your passion station, so that you're not sitting waiting for your trip for however long you may have to wait, but that you can be a part of this community now and you can make the impact you want to make now.
Yeah, great. You've been watching Autism Knows No Borders. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so let us know what you think in the comments section. Click here to watch this interview in its entirety. You can also find us on your favorite podcast app. Tune in each week for engaging conversations of how people across the globe are inspiring change and building community. Thanks for watching. Take care.